Welcome to
Mokala National Park.
Welcome to Mokala National Park. My name is Mandla.
Pleased to meet you, Manda.
Thank you, sir. Our slogan is where the endangered species roam, because we have some of the species that you won't find in most part of the park, like in most part of the country. So there is your roan antelopes, your sable antelopes, SABs, and our rhino species. So yeah, Mokala National Park is 34,000 hectares, and we are still expanding.
Alright, so after giving you a quick taste of what makes Mokala National Park so special, we're now making our way to the reception area to check in. This is where the adventure really begins. The drive-in already sets the tone. Wide open velds, camel thorn trees, and that quiet feeling that you're officially leaving the busy world behind. Mokala has this calm atmosphere that hits you at the moment you pass through the gates. In just a few minutes we'll be checked in and heading straight to our campsite, which will be home for the next few days. I'm excited to show you what it looks like, how the setup works here, and of course the wildlife that usually greets you before you even unpack. So stick around, chaps, the journey into Mokala is just getting started, and there's a lot more to see. So leaving the reception here at Lilydale Rest Camp, we decided to go this little, not really the 4x4 loop. It's a section I don't recommend because the road's washed away a bit, and we thought we'll go and see what it's like. So it goes to Kleinbeck. It looks like there's a river there. You can fish as well. You need to get a permit. We haven't got one, so we won't be fishing, and you need to get the key to get there, to get through the gate. It's about a 6-kilometer loop to the Krans, so we need to pretty much get around to the Krans and then back to where we camping. The camp Motswedi campsite, it's about an hour and a half, they say, from where we are at. Not far from the reception, it just started getting interesting, and we'll have to make a U-turn and go straight back to the picnic spot and around that. So let's go right back up again. Mokala is a sanctuary for some of South Africa's rarest antelope. This is one of the few parks where you can see both roan and sable antelope thriving, species that are extremely scarce elsewhere. The park protects a disease-free herd of buffalo. Mokala is one of the main sources of genetically strong, disease-free buffalo that gets relocated to parks all over the country, and is also home to Tsesabe, one of the fastest antelopes in Africa. They can reach speeds up to 70 km per hour, making them one of the park's most exciting species to spot. the things you'll notice in Mokala are these massive straw-covered structures hanging from the camel thorn trees. They aren't beehives or abandoned shelters. They're actually giant communal nests built by tiny little birds called sociable weavers. These birds are small, brown and easy to miss, but their nests are impossible to ignore. They're one of the most fascinating species in Mokala, and once you start spotting these nests, you'll see them everywhere. As our first evening was about to start, I heard something in the bushes right behind our ablutions. A massive eland was calmly enjoying some camping vegetation, and I couldn't believe just how little my presence didn't really bother him. An absolute first for me, chaps. The next morning we were captivated by the tireless efforts of a hard-working dung beetle, rolling its prize across the sandy terrain with remarkable determination. But our tiny fascinations quickly gave way to awe when we looked up and realized an eland was but standing meters away from our campsite, calmly rubbing its head in the dirt as if marking its own morning ritual. And with all these activities unfolding around us, we decided it was the perfect moment to get the hilux started and set off to explore the park some more. Our next stop was the Muso Gate, Mokala's welcoming entrance on the southern side of the park. There's a small curious shop here with a surprisingly nice range of gifts, and it's also the perfect place to top up on ice, wood and a few extra supplies before heading deeper into the reserve. When we got to the Stormy bird hide, there wasn't much bird activity at all. Just a few terrapins popping their heads up, scouting for food, and somehow making us hungry too. So we decided to have a little picnic right there at the hide before exploring a bit more and eventually making our way back to camp. ominous weather pushed us to make a fire a bit earlier than usual, but we were quickly caught out just as we were started settling in. Not being used to these kinds of storms, especially since our coastal weather is far more relaxed, we actually enjoyed every moment of it. The dry earth turned into muddy sludge, and the sky lit up with incredible lightning displays, eventually forcing us to head to bed early. But that wasn't such a bad thing either, because we had plans the next morning to head into Kimberley, doing the tourist thing and exploring a little. Right in the center, as they say. It's a little bit confusing. You're driving around the middle of all the busy traffic, and then come to this tourist attraction right here. But let's go and see what we can find inside there. See what it's all about. Kimberley is one of South Africa's oldest and most storied cities. A place built on diamonds, dust and determination. What started as a small settlement exploded almost overnight during the diamond rush of the 1800s, pulling fortune seekers from all over the world. The result was a rugged frontier town that eventually shaped to the entire region's economy and history. Today, Kimberley's biggest claim to fame is still the Big Hole, a massive hand-dug crater created by thousands of miners working with nothing more than picks, shovels and unbelievable grit. It's often called the largest hand-excavated hole on Earth, and when you stand at the viewing deck looking down into the deep blue waters, you really get a sense of what this place must have been like in its heyday. Right next to the Big Hole is Kimberley's Mine Museum, and this place is a real gem, literally and figuratively. You can take a self-guided tour and get a feel for the tough, explosive reality of early mining life. They even reenact what a blast would have sounded and felt like. And we have to admit, we got a massive fright when it all went off. But don't worry, it's all safely simulated, of course, so the only thing missing are the farts and the screams, thankfully. The Kimberley Mine Museum is a fascinating glimpse into the city's diamond mining past. Inside you'll find historical photographs, mining equipment and informative displays that tells the story of the people, the work and the extraordinary events that shaped this town. The main museum is the Old Town, a preserved section of the city restored to look just like Kimberley during the diamond rush. Walking through it feels like stepping back into time, with old cards and cars on display and bars still in their original form. We explored a few of the buildings, starting with the savings bank, then a dentist's office, and finally a very airy surgery, each one giving a glimpse into the life over a century ago. Having had our fill of the past, we decided to head back to camp. Mokala is only about 40 minutes drive from Kimberley, so yeah, it was a quick hop. Just back in the park, and Mokala was already putting on a show. A beautiful black sable strutted gracefully, displaying all its elegance, followed by a secretary bird, equally proud with every deliberate stride. Morning chaps, day number 4. And we are out to explore Mokala Park once again. We've not found the rhinos. There are black and white rhinos here. Signs of rhino droppings were everywhere, so we knew they were close. But luck wasn't quite on our side today. No rhino sightings for us just yet. Still, the bush had other plans. Instead, we were spoiled with some beautiful bird life all along the way. From the flashes of colour in the trees to soft songs drifting through the veld. It reminded us that every drive in Mokala has something special to offer, even when the big sightings keep you guessing. Plainback. So we attempted to go to 2 days ago. It's a little bit of a rocky road down to the river, down to Riet Rivier, and we just went to the reception, got the key, no cost. Obviously there will be a cost involved if you do want to go fish. We're not going to go fish. Even if we did go fish, I won't be able to catch fish, so it's not worth spending that money, we all know that. But let's take a drive down and see what we can find down there, and maybe we're going to have some lunch there to find a picnic spot. Up ahead was Riet Rivier, on a very, very rocky road, a route that clearly hasn't seen many tires in a long time. And if we had any doubts, the gate settled it for us. The support pole was so rusted and the gate so unstable that when we tried to open it, the whole thing nearly fell over on us. That's when we realized this road definitely wasn't meant for the average tourist. But hey, adventure nevertheless. Right, well, took a little bit of walk down to the river. It's not that far, but the gate's not going to open up much further than what it's just been opened. So I don't think anybody's been down here for a very, very long time. Even at the reception, they were quite surprised that we asked for the keys to come down here. So I don't know if it's not a very popular spot to come down, but yeah, the idea was to come and have a picnic here. And it doesn't look like you crossed the river, so there's definitely a path from here all the way to the Krons viewpoint. It's another site there, so I think we go back up the main road, do what we did 2 days ago, and meet up with the other gate and then drive down and see where it takes us.
I think it'll be more
Go maybe explore, yeah. So yeah, we kind of took a hike down here, but like I said, it's all gated off, so I don't think there's any animals this side. Right, so we got to the second gate, and yeah, also nothing. You can't really drive down here. We're hoping to have like a picnic maybe down here, so it's a nice little walk down here. And this is Riet Rivier, right down here. You can see why it's called Riet Rivier. Back to the drawing board. I think we're going to go back to the gate, find some shade somewhere, and yeah, eat some lunch up for us. I think it's time to eat. Being November, the summer heat was already settling in, and you could feel it shimmering across the landscape. And even so, the herds were still out and about, doing their best to find pockets of shade wherever they could. But not everyone was in the mood to share. A couple of them decided that shade was worth fighting for, and before we knew it, they were locking tusks and pushing each other around. A full-on showdown in the dust, and honestly, a show well worth stopping for. After a few hours of winding through the park, we finally arrived at a lookout point. The perfect spot to stretch our legs and take in the view. A beautifully built shaded deck overlooking a quiet watering hole, and it didn't take long before the wildlife started revealing itself. Wild geese waded along the edges, a few blue wildebeest wandering in, springboks skipped through the open spaces, and a striking black sable made an appearance. Even a couple of butterflies around the muddy banks soaking up the minerals. Moments like this remind you why coming in off season is such a privilege. You get the park almost entirely to yourself, and that true, unmatched feeling of being alone in the wild settles right into your bones. Right, so Motswedi has got 6 camps available, each with their own ablution, which is really nice. They get cleaned daily like all the other sand parks. It's fairly level grounds. Just a little quick review for you guys who are interested. There's some shade here. We can't park underneath it because of the rooftop tent. So there's 1 or 2 further down that you can, but this is probably the most private one, number 1 and number 6. You've got a beautiful waterhole right in front of your campsite, which the animals are in and out all day, especially in the evening, late afternoon, evening. You've got a beautiful fire pit here with brass stand. You've got a table here. There is no water points here, and there are no electrical points here, but what they do give you is your own scullery section. There's hot water here, plenty. Each unit's got their own solar gas system. So here you've got a little fridge, a little gas stove even for you. Really neat. I'll take you guys through the bathroom quickly to give you an idea what that looks like. There you go. Someone's getting ready for
A nice hot shower.
For hot shower. We've had a long day, but yeah, there you go. It's very neat and clean. You can actually leave your stuff in there as well. Like I said, it's your own ablution, and then you've got your own bathroom as your toilet. So all in all, an absolutely great park, great experience coming here. And unfortunately we did not get to see the rhinos. Like I mentioned, there are black and white rhinos in this park. We did not get to see them, but that won't stop us coming back here again. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making this, chaps. Hope to see you out camping very soon.